stream paused because apparently Twitch thinks you need to buy a third right now.
Hey, how's it going? Happy Friday, everybody. Hope you guys are all doing well. Happy Friday and welcome in, Alba. Hope you're doing well. It's been another week. And we made some good progress. But we're not done making progress. This week has been pretty much reworking the damage system, but pretty much there. Today we still need to finish up the the ability for the player to spawn whatever you want on a timer, like the spawn actor thing. And I was thinking about it because, like, do I want to do it on a stage tree? And I think no. I think I'm going to do it on the actor component, on the ability actor component, because, and then I'll use it for the enemies as well, just because I think it'll be easier that way. I think it'll be easier that way. Yep. Actually, for enemies, I'll set it up. I don't need to have it dynamically set up, so I'll just set it in the state tree. But it's using the same logic. Other than that, I've made a little more progress on figuring out the traffic system. I posted about it pretty much everywhere, but do a quick demonstration also here, or a quick showing. Hey, yeah, let's go with that. Myself here. So 2 cars, right? Intersection. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, but maybe here. Better now. This one's a lower frame rate than this one because it is not a tick base. So this is a red light. These are green. That turned green and they go, and they're different speed cars. So they go at different speeds and different frame rates. Right. As you can see here, this car's faster, this car's slower, and it's lower frame rate. Not connected. One does not mean the other. I can have it reversed, or I can have it just independently of each other. Yeah. So it's working right now, though I need to figure out the 3 things still. I want to... I need to figure out how to speed up, slow down, because obviously they just stop pretty much. Right. I want them to speed up, slow down. I needed to work also with multiple cars behind each other. Is that car flipped backwards right here for whatever reason? Frame rate issues? It's so low frame rate that it's like, I don't know which way to face. I guess there's no issues on this one. Yeah, it flips back there for... That's odd. Okay. I'm sure it's fine. It shouldn't be this low frame rate anyway, if that is one of the reasons. Yeah, I need to do this speed up, slow down, and then have multiple cars work for the traffic here, right? So they can come in, slow down, speed up. And then the thing that I actually need to figure out, and I don't know how, just even logically, I don't know how I'm going to be doing this, which is how do I choose where cars go? If I only can ever have cars go straight and right, that's easy, right? In a sense. But even then, because I can have like right to right if it's the same amount of lanes. This is also assuming the same amount of lanes, right? If it's the same amount of lanes, then yeah, just do right to right, you know, or straight. It doesn't matter. But what if I want to turn left? And what if we have cars that are going right from the top left here to bottom right diagonally this way, straight, and then I want this car to turn left. Well, now I need to figure out how the hell I'm gonna have you tell this cars to go first, then these cars, so that way it doesn't intersect. But also, I need to figure out like a left turn lane versus right turn lane, or you know, whatever it is. So, and I'd like it all to be automatic. Because basically the way it's working under the hood right now is the cars just will follow a spline, assuming they got onto a spline, they'll just follow it. And if there's no spline, they'll continue going forward, and then once they hit a spline, they'll start going down the spline, which is why it's fine having this go straight. It has no issues, because these are perfectly straight, right? So, no problems. But if I want to turn right, I need to figure that out. So, yeah, that's the big one. That's the big one. And also, I need to figure out a way of marking certain lanes as like right turn, left turn, straight, or combination lanes. Because when you have a pre-made intersection, right, you're gonna have a pre-made left lane, pre-made right lane, because you're gonna have put decals on the ground or whatever else, right? So all of that, I want to at least get an idea working in my head on how to do that, so I know it's possible. But in an ideal world, I would have it be spawned. I think that's still doable because we have the intersection locations and we can spawn level instances in those locations that have the like box collisions or whatever it is that say, hey, this is a location of a left turn or a right turn or whatever. And so I might end up creating a system where I have like extra splines that are pre-set up on that intersection, drawn out. So that's an idea I have. But anyway, I just want to show kind of the current work in progress here. This whole swapping is all automatic. Well, it's automatic thanks to an actor that's just placed on the intersection. But it is managing this by itself. Yep. Anyway, just a small update on this. But we're here for this. We're here for this. So yesterday, I hope they fix this in the next update. We need a new ability system here. A new ability, which is just a timer. So let's go to the event graph. Hey, Amulet, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. I should here. You were trying to do a flight path blueprint a while ago and could never get it to work. You should have understood this stuff better. What is a flight path blueprint? Like, just to create a flying effect, you just have an object follow a spline, and you have a flight path because that's the path, and it's attached to it, and just gets attached to the spline, and you're done. So I'm assuming it's not that. Custom event. This is spawn actor on movement. We're trying to get ships to fly along a spline, but the motion was all wonky. I mean, yeah, you would need to do like offset movement. You just have it be, you have the actor follow the spline, and then you do all your movement however you want to do it as relative to the actor, and then you're good. You do relative transforms, relative offsets. It all depends on what you're trying to achieve. Absolutely there. Let's grab you. I'm gonna copy this. Actually, this can be really, I don't cast to character. Let's collapse this to a function. Or I guess I just do right click here. Event to function. On movement. I guess I need to rename this. Start spawn actor on movement. And this will just be spawn actor on movement. And then this will just be a timer by function name. What the hell just happened? Why is this C? I copied it. I didn't. Okay. Or at least I tried to. Okay, looping. Then we need a spawn timer. So let's create a variable. This is going to be spawn actor timer. But then this would mean that all of them are spawned on the same timer. Yeah, that would mean all of them respond on the same timer. Which isn't the worst thing in the world. It's fine. That also means I don't need this, because if they're all the same time, then it's all the same time. Let's make it half a second. 3.5 seconds, max 1 frame. Right, so that's fine, but here we need a minimum movement speed. We'll put onto a local variable. No movement speed. And this is the one that we actually need to promote to a regular variable. Actors to spawn on movement. And this is get why? Pawn object reference? Really? Fine. Have it your way. Okay. So now we have this, so that can go under abilities. So we have it there. And we can reuse this. So here, I'll keep this one. I don't think I can mess with this one. We'll just use. We'll modify. Oops, modify this as needed. Hey, Sermon, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Happy Friday. Yeah, this will be default with nothing. So what we need to do is have a abilities spawn actor. Do this. So that we can have one more, and then we'll add actor to spawn on movement. There we go. What you doing? We're setting it up so the player can spawn actors as they walk. So right now, this is an elite, so as he walks around, he'll spawn fire. And I also have an ability that spawns fire. But this one is not using the same system as that guy. And I wanted to use the same system. Why is he spawning fire? Are you no longer elite? You are elite. Why aren't you spawning fire? What? He's supposed to be spawning fire. Do I have a player head reaction? Yeah. It says hello. Actually, is this being passed through fine? Floor fire? What gives? When a man attacks you, does the enemy get pushed backwards? No. Why would the enemy get pushed backwards when they attack me? It's not lifetime. Oh, is it not able to find the duration properly? That's probably it. No, 5 seconds. So what's up? Why are we not getting anything? It was working. It was working. It's even scaled up. So I think the problem is this transform. Trying to determine timing or fairness, your enemy can free roam until attacked or if aggression is high. Chase the player, then when attacking, it can either chase the player, do a close range attack if in range, or far away if not in range. And when your player gets hit, it plays a hit reaction animation and the player can't move during this time. Can't move while attacking either. But I don't know if that's fair. It all depends on the gameplay. It depends how many enemies. Depends on a lot of things. How do you want it to play? Do you want the player to be able to fight one-on-one? It doesn't matter. If there's 5 enemies, then he'll be perma-stunned potentially. Is that fine? You know? There's gonna be one enemy, second enemy, if they're right, they just attack in an order that just permanently stuns them. You just gotta figure out how you want the game to play. Try it out, see how it works. We're looking at, scale 1.5. Those are all correct values. So what the hell's the problem? Wait, why is the fire here? Well, there's the problem. What the hell's the fire doing here? There's the problem. Where did I mess up here? Oh, I swapped the order here because it was convenient for visuals, but no, mathematically, it needs to be this order. That's why. The order is important. Subtraction. It's not division or multiplication. Order matters. There it is. Come here. So now he's spawning the fire as he wants. Good. Now it works. Freaking order of operations on subtraction. I'm like, oh, it'll look nicer if these are flop. No, bad. That's what happens when your brain is dumb. Okay, I am dumb. The quick attack is like a second of non-movement, but the power attack is like 2 seconds, but you can tell the delay. It doesn't matter if you can tell the delay. What happens if you don't? If you get hit, then what's the chance of you getting hit again within right after 2 seconds by another mob or whatever it is, and permanently get stunned? Do I have a target lock system? No, it's not that kind of game. Trying to find a rare bird in this game, take a picture of it. I mean, it's your game. You can adjust it however you like. Hey, Techie, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Swap it to adding negative. To make it pretty. I don't know. Yeah, I could do that, but I don't care enough. I don't. I did it because like, oh, like it was like no effort. So I was like, yeah, I might as well. Gonna swap it. Looks prettier that way. But I don't care enough to do it just purely for making it prettier. I go with the path of least resistance. You know. You know, it's there were 2 paths, and I took the path less traveled. The only time I would ever do that is if there were a lot of people on that main path, and I wanted to like not have people there. So like from an introvert point of view, I would do the, you know, that. But otherwise, if that main path is easier or shorter, I'm taking it every single time. I'm lazy. Oh, you're talking about Pokepia. Right, it's a lazy community. Can't get behind that launch. Yeah, I never, because originally the name of the channel was different. Like at a very early stage. The name of the YouTube channel was The Lazy Contradiction. And I think like very early on, I swapped it over to this, to the current name, but the Discord name stuck because I don't freaking know what to call the Discord, so that's why I just kept it as the Lazy Community. I'm lazy, so I'm very lazy and carefree, which is why also the Discord roles for like Patreon are like laid back things, chill champions, tranquil trailblazers, right? Just chill. It's not that deep, son. That's basically it. It's not that deep. I need to have a variable in this. Spawn actor on movement timer. I should put all these also in a spawn actor on. So then when here, we can check if it's active. And if it's not, we can not activate it. Run the start the timer. If it is active, then don't do anything. It's already going. Every time it will do its thing. Easy peasy. So now, if we look at you, So if we look at the dash one, oh, not the dash one, the there's the fire trail. So I have fire trail here. So instead of this, I'm going to rename enable fire trail, convert event to function. This will be a spawn actor and movement. We just put it here. Here we'll do add actor spawn. Make no, let's have it be an event, so that way I can use a soft reference, so I don't have to have it always loaded. So or better yet, no, this is fine. Fire trail actor. Actor soft object reference. And then this will be oh wait, wrong, soft class reference. Okay, I need to compile so it realizes it's, yeah, there we go. We're not fire, and then we do a async. This one? No. This one. This one. When it's completed, can I just use this? That's the one. I'll just use this, but let me just check that it's valid. On complete. And if it is, go ahead and spawn it. And then transform offset. I don't think we should need a transform offset. We really need to do pretty much where we are. Yeah. So I don't think we need this spawn fire trail effect anymore. We don't need initialize fire trail. I meant to like go Actually, can I go here and open it? There it is. I don't think we need initialize fire trail anymore. So, the next thing to do though is under the dot stuff. So this is the fire trail. Under the... I wish this didn't close every single time. Under trigger dot, I need to go to... this one? Yeah, here. Because I want... Yeah, I need to modify the dot ability stuff. So... if we're doing fire trail, then this is dot fire environmental. So that way it can be boosted by that. Or rather, use that damage. Oh, but... I just realized. Where's my cards? So if I look at fire trail, leave a trail of fire in your wake, dealing additional blank damage per second on enemies inside. Okay, I do not specify a time on it. Okay, so that's fine. As long as I'm not adjusting the time dynamically, we're gonna be just fine on this. Yeah, thank you for all of this. This is great. What are we having here? Oh, you realize that this has been updated. Yeah, it's updated a bit ago. Glad that we can adjust this. What was the other one? Fire trail. There we go. So we have nothing here, and then we enable the fire trail effect. Okay, so a couple of things. Good. I do not take damage from it. I need you to run to me, though. Can you freaking run to me? This is the worst mob if I want him to chase me. Goodbye. Okay, that looks good, actually. That seemed like it was working. Let's just change the timing on that. Oh, I didn't mean to do enable fire trail. Oh yeah, no, this is correct. This is correct. I need to change the timing on this though. 0.25. I might need to go like 10 times a second, but let's just try this first. Can you come here? Yay! Taking a good amount of damage. I think it's taking too much damage. I'll be honest. I think it's taking too much. I mean, I gave myself third tier, to be fair. So I mean, it's probably fine. Let's try 0.2. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, and he gets the fire on him. As soon as he's off, he stops getting the fire on him. I do not get affected by my own fire. He gets affected by the fire. I think that's working pretty well. And then just to confirm that the ability is working off of the damage that I specify here, if I change the tier 3, instead of doing 10 damage, 100 damage. Testing purposes. So now it's now it says 100 damage per second. Come here, boy. That doesn't look like 100 damage per second. That is still the same damage. Okay, that didn't work. Why? Why didn't that work? Very cool, thank you. But why didn't that work? Hey, Zebra, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Close some of this stuff. We don't need it anymore. I think I need you right now. I think we're good. So what I need is you. So here, special attack damage. Oh, it's because it's going not valid here immediately, right? Is that what's happening? Hello, yeah. You're wheezing from a tangent you were doing. You're making a meep overlay of Leon Kennedy from a dance game mod, but you accidentally overlayed it twice. But it was so fire with the audio. Might drop it in the game discussion channel for the chuckles. Sure. Sure. So I think what's happening is, all right, we're trying to do this when we do trigger dot. So, but the problem is, normally trigger dot has been only happening here on attack hit. So what I need to do is when I do trigger dot, I should add in an attacker. So here we could say if it is valid, set special attack, set this. And then continue. Otherwise, we can just move on. Which will allow us to do the other stuff we weren't doing. Theoretically. Because then here, this will be valid. So the thing we need to change then is on this floor door. Oh, I need to also add it here to the trigger dot. Attack. Why can't I add a thing that says attacker here? Okay, damage dealer. Why can't I call it attacker? Is it because it's just called something too close? So trigger tog. I use trigger for everything. Trigger dot. Watch it later if you must. Music might be copyrighted. It makes it so good. I mean, I'm not gonna watch it on stream. But what if I did this? And then I can do attacker? Yeah, okay. And I change it to now back to trigger dot. And I kept attacker. Oh. Didn't we get rid of this calculated damage dealt? Oh no, this is the right one. Yeah, it's probably not happy because the AC abilities has the same name. But no, here. I mean, it is utility. Is it utility? Is it? I think it's combat. We'll move it here under combat. Yeah. Event. I love this. Event die. You like my event die? Just sets health at 0 and then death. Okay, so now that we have this here, get instigator. So theoretically now, I should now have 100 damage fire trail? I don't. This should be valid though. Valid. Okay. Okay, so we're making progress. Okay. So now we have this as valid. Then it should have found it. What? It didn't find it. What do you mean it didn't find it? Card ability dot fire trail. Wait. Card ability to fire trail. Card ability to fire. It is all the same. It is consistent. I didn't goof there. None. What do you mean? What? What gameplay tag are we sending through? And the problem is the gameplay tag.
Stream paused because apparently Twitch thinks you need to buy a truck right now.
A truck? Okay. Well, if we're buying a truck, I gotta wait. I think it has to do with me not placing the gameplay tag on, or the right gameplay tag on the dot that's being spawned. I think it has the regular fire one. So what I need to do is have an override for it, because I think right now it's going to say it is the regular just fire dot environmental dot, which would make sense. But since I'm spawning it from an ability, I need to also overwrite that dot. Yeah. I think that's the problem. So how do we best do that? Because basically we need to use a blueprint interface then to trigger it. Then we need to give it... the problem with blueprint interfaces after spawning something that also has a collision trace is the collision trace will trigger before the blueprint interface. That's the problem. Unless I make a hard reference to it. But I don't want to always have it loaded when you don't need to. I could give it a 1 tick delay on enabling the collisions though. A 1 tick delay isn't like the worst anyway. Yeah, DAW environment. Yep, it is what I thought. Okay, so the problem is after spawn on movement. The problem is it's set up for any actor. I guess nothing's stopping me from making another actor. Why don't I just do that? I'll just make the player version, the fire trail version. It's not like it is going to make a huge difference here. Why don't I just do that? So floor dot fire, I'll make a child blueprint class of this. And this is just going to be fire trail ability. And then I'll set it to be fire trail. Also, the whole fire trail damage system can go away after this, which is great. Plus, I mean, I was slightly coping about needing to make a separate actor just for the fire trail, but honestly, there's a good chance that I'll want to have slight visual differences between player fire and enemy fire anyway. I love that this has nothing. Why does this? Oh, it's because... Oh. That's the problem. It's because now it doesn't get all the information from here. Shit. Okay. Okay, hold. This won't work. I can give it a... I can give it a... interface. That's a very generic one. That's like assign gameplay tag. Hello, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing alright. Just trying to figure out some how best to change a gameplay tag, or how best to change a variable on an actor that also has collisions and stuff. Because this dot gameplay tag we need to set. So I think what I need to do I don't want to make a new... I was just saying how I want it to be visually different. If I want it to be visually different, I'm going to set it up here. But it won't get the information from the right place anyway because it's not going to be status dot dot. I mean, I guess an interface. And then a delay on the collisions being enabled by a tick. That's probably the go-to. Let's do initialize gameplay tag. Let's make a very generic one. If we need to send the gameplay tag, we can. And then here... Oh, I have the combat one on this? I guess that makes sense. Okay, abilities. Initialize gameplay tag. And we just need to use this to set the dot gameplay tag, which will override because I'm not setting it anywhere else. But what we need to do here is collision on this be off. Collision, no collision. Delay until next tick. Set collision enabled, boring only. Then you can do the rest. Actually, do the everything else first, because we want to spawn everything first. So yeah, do all of this as you were, and then we'll just do here at the end. So this is a lifetime timer. Enable collisions after blueprint interface. And this is set decals, decal and Niagara. There you go. What's out here? Okay. And now on you, whenever we run the spawn actor movement, we do initialize gameplay tag, which also means I need to put in a new gameplay tag for this. So we need a new variable here. Right? We need one here. I don't think I actually need it here. I need it where? Where do I put it? I probably want to do it on this add actor to spawn on movement one. So gameplay tag, right? And then here will be ability fire trail. So then on this one, oh, okay, no, I still need it here on this struct. No, I am the struct. For sure. So that's okay. We can add to the struct. Struct called actor spawn variables. I wish I could sort this sometimes. Like, I wish we could say sort by date created or date modified or whatever, just to visually see it. Gameplay tag override. By default, it's not going to do anything. But I don't think we need anything here. If we do, I'll set it up. Anything is here. We now have the gameplay tag override, which we can now set to fire trail, which will then store it properly and then start the timer. And then here, oh, okay, we do need to pass it through. Okay. We do need to pass it through. Output. Okay. So now we have it. So here we could check, is gameplay tag valid? So if we have one, then run this with this gameplay tag. Because if it's empty, which it is by default, then don't do anything. So theoretically, if I did a little print string here of this gameplay tag, it should be now my ability when I run and activate it. I don't know why he does the attack there so early on. Card ability fire trail. Yes. Okay. So that part is working. Now, why does he take no damage? So part 1 addressed. Part 2. Why is our damage not working? Come on, let's take a look. So here, it should now try to find the right thing. Can you just walk in here, please? Wait, why is it doing nothing now? Horror stories are told in 2 parts. Dun, dun, dun. Are they, though? Are they always told in 2 parts? I feel like you could tell them in 1 part or multiple parts. I don't believe you. So I assume this is triggering, but this is just not finding anything. Right? Let me just actually just do this. Wait, what? Why is it not finding anything now? What happened? What did it print? Oh, it's because I have... But it printed. It printed, so this is valid. What? What? Someone made me dinner, I live alone. Yeah? It didn't say someone made you dinner at home. Someone could have made you dinner and gave it to you. It's just you omitted that all that information. Because someone could make me dinner and I live alone. I'm just a nice person that I maybe a friend's place. Because I stopped by somewhere to a friend's place and they made me dinner. It doesn't change that I live alone, right? See, like he's just omitted a bunch of information. That's not scary. Lack of information isn't scary. How did I break this? You're trying to make a joke when you said you got part one done. Oh. Your part two seems terrifying. I broke part one, so it's okay. What shit did I do? Why is all this broken? Card ability fire trail. It is the right gameplay tag. So here it is the right gameplay tag. Okay. It's because here I don't reset it back to this. So we were losing it here because I wasn't overwriting it. So we just added that functionality. So you've been struggling with making 3D anim. Do you know any tutorial or have you any advice for making animations? Find yourself an animator. Animation is not something you just, let me just take a week and do animation. Animators just exclusively do animation because to do good animation, you have to pretty much exclusively do animation. Mix them. Oh yeah, you can grab animations and apply them, but that's not making your own like custom stuff. Doing good animations, takes work. Like I can give feedback and review animations, but I can't make it because I don't have the patience. So yeah, for making animations, I mean, either find someone that, is already good if you're on a time crunch, or prepare to spend years learning and becoming good at animations. I mean, that's just how it is. Okay, I love how it's still not working. Okay. Are we at least getting the thing here? No. Why are we not even getting in here? What? Do we confirm that that is the correct tag? I'm confused. Why? Where is this information falling apart? It's already empty here. Why is it empty here? What? Why is it empty there? Is it fine here? Yes, okay. So is this destroying it? It shouldn't be. I shouldn't be setting the gameplay tag in any of these places. So what's up? Yeah, it's still fine here. I'm gonna find where it breaks. Is it after this get done info? Probably after that. That's probably where it is breaking. That would be the one place where it would make sense. No? Still says correct. Yep. Okay. So it's fine here. And then it's not fine here? Hey, Tony, welcome in. How's it going? I hope you're doing well. How? How does it go from being fine right before the branch to not being fine after the branch? Huh? Yeah, it's fine before the branch. Oh, hold on. Is it not fine after the branch because it's failing here? It shouldn't be failing, but... Hold on. Let me just see. Is it going to false? Well, no, because if it went to false, it would never even have the tag to begin with. So it can be going to false. It's going to true still, right? No, it would go to false. It would go to false. Hold on. It would go to false. Let's get rid of that. Check. Because we're overriding it, so even if we don't find it, we might be using a custom one. Because we're overriding it. That's the problem. That's the problem. What happened? Right? Ah. Here as well. Wait. What? Oh yeah, that was just an extra check. Here as well. Okay, have we done it? No. Okay. Because... Okay, let's think about this. Let's think about this. So I do need that. Because I need to know that I have all the information for it. The When do I need to set that gameplay tag? Well, no, it's not anywhere here. This is just getting the information. Do I need 2 gameplay tags? Maybe I set up the damage over time stuff to have the effect gameplay tag and the damage gameplay tag. So, or the data table gameplay tag and the damage gameplay tag. All the data, so all the effect, visuals, and everything controlled by one gameplay tag and another one that can be overwritten to do the other. I think that would fix our problem. Okay. Can work with that. We can work with that. XP orbs, yeah, get rid of that too. So here we have the gameplay tag. So instead we have we need one more. override gameplay tag. Or the damage gameplay tag, rather. Do we need it here? Where would we want to put it? Because clearly this is not the problem. Where would we want to put it? I guess we would want to put it here. We would want to instruct. So damage game attack. Damage override gameplay tag. Okay. This is fine. This is fine. So then on you, we're still doing this. We're still doing trigger dot with sending the information through. The difference is this dot gameplay tag will come and override the damage override one if it's valid. I wish I can do hold on. Now this all needs to be the default regular tag. This dog gameplay tag needs to be the original fire, whatever it is, gameplay tag. So we actually need a new one here as well, which is the damage override tag. Okay. You can promote this here. And then on you, we set this one. Then on here, we need to send that through. So here we need to set the damage override gameplay attack. So we can pass this through. Okay. Got it. So then it uses the regular gameplay tag for pretty much everything, except at the end here. You need to get the override gameplay tag and check if it is a gameplay valid. And then we do set members based off whether or not it is valid. So if it is valid, we set the damage override gameplay tag. Well, I guess we don't need to, no, we don't need to do this. We just always set it. We just always set the damage override gameplay tag. Even if it's blank, that's fine. Because when we'll do the filter afterwards. Here. The gameplay tag. So here, we need to set it this. I don't need to set, no. No, I don't want to, yeah, let's set it, We probably want that. So we can use it later. So we can check also over here. If it is valid. Because then we can do a select. And just for this, we can tell it to do one or the other. So this is purely for the duration and for the damage calculations. And everywhere else, it will use the default information. Let's see if I'm on the money. Well, it's 0. But he's being affected by it. Yeah. Card ability fire trail. Okay. So that is the right thing. So it should be successful here. At this point. Is it? Oh, this is already the right gameplay tag for me to search. So, I need to do kind of a weird thing where first check if this already exists if I'm using like an ability. if I'm not... If I'm not using an ability that's I've overwritten this with, then go ahead and check the rest. If this is not valid, I guess this check should happen first still. Okay, so if I have not overridden the gameplay tag with an ability, it will try to find it based on this conversion table. Well, no. Hold on. It should be fire ability fire trail, so it should find it. And you should know which one it is. Oh, no, sorry. It is looking for... Yeah. This... Fire Aspect was doing Fire Aspect Fire. Yeah, this one won't work. So this... I don't want to convert it to environmental. This is not right. So this is, yeah. So this clears it out here. This is the regular one. And then if this is correct, it's like this is correct. So then we can continue on past it. Ah, but then we have this gameplay tag. Shit. Okay. No, I already found the problem here. This needs a new input. Override gameplay tag. We do need to send both through. None of this. I am going to need the check if it's valid, though. In here. Get override. First, is it valid? If it is, then it is a power-up, probably. But just in case it's... No, then I don't need this check. This becomes this. My brain is like on fire. Like, hold on. If the override is not valid, then we're using the regular one. If the override is valid, then we continue here, because this is the ability one. And then here, we need to use copy, paste this here, which is specifically for the card character power values. The actual dot info and everything else is still from the original. So whether or not it's an area dot and everything's still from the data table, which needs the original. But here and only here do we use the override if it's valid. Because it's possible they came here with it being from false here. So in which case, do I even need this check here? I think I don't need this check here. I just do it here. Heading out. I'll have things done by Zebra. You have a good night's rest and a good weekend. Do the rest of the stream without losing your mind trying to solve the fire? Too late. Yeah, so whether or not this is valid does not matter here. We just bypassed this at all entirely. This check does not matter. The only part that actually matters is here. What we're using to find the damage. That's it. I think it should have been that simple. We're about to find out if that's accurate. First of all, yep. Taking normal damage, as I should. And now... Okay, well, it's still doing 0.5 damage. Damn it. Hey, Leo, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Is there any particular reason to use evaluators in a stage tree? They run consistently or constantly. They don't complete. I use them for something if I need something to constantly run. No matter the tree. No matter what's going on. Like, I'm doing a distance check between the player and me. What is the distance to the player from the enemy? I put that in the evaluator so that way I can just have it run no matter what the tree's doing. It's always running that evaluator. That's kind of what evaluators were in behavior trees, so that's why I used it here. Over global tasks can complete. Evaluators don't complete. Evaluators always run. I believe. They only complete when they finish the task? I mean, true. In that regard, I guess there's no real difference. I mean, I don't know enough under the hood. I just use them because behavior trees used evaluators for stuff like that. So that's what I'm using it for. I can't tell you the difference beyond that. Oh, right. I do need this check because if this is true, then this, yep. But I did need this check. False here. True, we bypass it. Yep, no. This was needed. This was needed. My brain, my poor brain. Can't even scroll. Can't even scroll. Now it's 0. How lovely. Let's do a if it's valid. Let's check that this is valid. Also. If we did, then we go here. If we didn't, then we go here. AI says the evaluators are older and global tasks than you think, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know, because I don't even know if they fix global variables. Because I don't know if you recall, global variables would cause issues. I haven't tried global variables since then, because I don't know if there's been bug fixes for it. So I don't even know if that works. But if evaluators are older, it doesn't make sense, because then why have both in a new system? Then just have global tasks. The way I see it, though, is if I make a task, let's say to get a location, okay? And as a global task, and I would need one to always get a location sometimes, but other times I need it to finish. I don't want to use the same global task potential with one that says finishing, one that's like not finishing. So I might use an evaluator there, so it's always, I know that is the one that's always running. Mentally, that helps me. But yeah, otherwise, I genuinely can't tell you the difference. Like under the hood, if there's any. Result is the same as you kind of explained. Why is it 0? Wait, did it go to... Did it print hello? Yes, it did. So should have gone here.
Here come the ads nobody asked for, buzzing like a decent human.
You have a boolean that persists because of parent-child that you used to for finished task? Wait, what do you mean parent-child in state trees? Also, holy cow, the expanded boolean branch is so nice. Oh, just right-click, you can convert to a branch? What parent-child in... Can you do child state trees? I've been asking for that, but I haven't seen it that anywhere. Or are you talking about something else? Or specifically, I mean, I don't know why you'd need parent-child on a task. You have a base state tree task that all state tree. Oh, okay, state tree tasks. You have a. So what do you need a parent-child for that for? I guess mine are probably much simpler, and I just split them up. Shared functionality? I feel like at that point, I would have just made that also a separate thing, a separate function. If they all need to do something together, I just have that as a separate module that can run at the same time as others. So. Or a blueprint function library. That's also another option. Just variables for debugging or finishing? Gotcha. No, it makes sense. Depending on your system, yeah, it makes sense. After 2 state tree tasks, you had to put finish. You were like, wait, this can be simpler. Oh, by the way, did you know about the freaking new bug in state trees that drove me insane? Earlier this week? Last week? I don't remember. There's a state tree bug in the new Unreal version that drove me insane. And I had to change like all my stuff. Not all my stuff, but like all the stuff that I spend time to make proper, I had to undo it. So here's a fun little one. I mean, it doesn't really matter which one I open. I just need one that has multiple. Yeah, okay, here. So you know how you have this to turn tasks on and off, so they don't. So if you did like all, you can just uncheck, like turn these off, and then it doesn't check those. It only checks these two, even on all, right? Or any. It just doesn't matter, right? These are not gonna be. These are not gonna be part of the any. It's only gonna look at these two. Or these are not gonna be part of the all. It's only gonna be these two, right? Yeah. Go ahead and set that the way you want, and then restart Unreal. And see what happens. Because I'll tell you this, they will be off like you set them to be off. They'll all be on. So I guess that's what happens. You don't need to see. So it resets them every time you reopen Unreal. So basically I had to go through and remove the finishing one. Because I had a bunch of them that says I want all of them finished, but I had a lot of them that had any of them finished, but I just ignored a few of them. So I had to turn that off and break things. See, that's what you're saying? What? That things are broken? Yes, things are broken. Which means I can't use the any functionality at all. Like, not properly. I had to like make extra. It was a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Anyway, what's going on here? Why is this still not working? I don't understand why it's still saying 0. Okay, so it is getting here. It is getting here. Okay. What is this value? Card ability fire trail. Correct. Oh, why am I doing this? I see the problem. Okay, I see the problem. Okay. Use regular gameplay tag here. But here is where I need to do the freaking select. So here, if it's valid, use it. If it's not, use this. You have a boolean that just leads to finish task via branch. So it's like you're not dealing with unreal shenanigans. I mean, yeah, you could do that, but that's right. That's a workaround for a bug that should not even exist. In my things, it's always either always yes or always no. So, like for example, setting the focus target. I don't ever want that to complete usually. So now I just disabled, I unplugged the finish task. And now it is the way it is. Because the thing you can always do to finish a task that has no finishes is just add a delay. Because a delay will just run the finish for you, basically. So it's a very handy, just like, hey, run the delay at the bottom. So you have a bunch of them that don't finish, you put a delay at the bottom, and you're good. So I don't, yeah. Oh crap, what? Friends, you need to do cooldowns, right? I mean, you don't need to. Why is it still full? Why is it still 0? Why is it still? Why? I thought I'm gonna go crazy. I mean, I'm already crazy, but I'm gonna go more crazy. Card ability fire trail. Okay, so that is correct. Okay, this is correct. We're getting the right information to it. So then here. Oh, I see what's going on. Okay. It's saving it in variable 1. So the way to fix this is on here. This has to be specifically variable 2. I'll just copy all the same information. This has to be specifically variable 2 where I store this information. Because variable 1 is duration for me. This does not deal with duration. But I made it variable 1 for convenience, because that's the only thing. But in reality, I need to make this variable 2. That's why it's reading 0. God damn it. Hey, look at that. He dies right away. Frick. The global task. If they're within a subtree, do they still run on the main tree? Only within the subtree. Only within the subtree. It's as soon as the subtree ends, the subtree ends. Right? It's like the task. As soon as it's out of the task, none of that tree runs. So if you don't want it to run at certain times, you can do that. But if you need it always, it's better to just run it on the main tree and then send the output of the whatever you're doing to wherever you need it. Because you can expose variables and you could set those, which is what I was doing before. Where you can do the evaluator and then you can pass the information you need. Works. So now I can have it do damage relative to the ability, actually. I can spawn. Here's the 10 damage one. Why does he take, I feel like, takes so much damage there? Oh, is it normal? Am I just? It's all consistent. It's not like he gets a spike or anything. It seems like it's pretty fluid. Okay. I think the damage is a little high though. I need to go maybe like 3, 5, 7. Cursed. 15. But we freaking did it. Jesus Christ. Oh, this was a pain in the ass. But I don't think we're doing floor damage anymore. Floor dot damage timer. This is, I think, long gone as a thing. Yeah, this is long gone as a thing. I'm killing it. Is there anything here that I need to... No. Floor damage, goodbye. You... Goodbye. You know how far you are implementing your abilities, but if you did that in one place, did you do it in more that you haven't caught yet? Variable 1, variable 2 thing. That'd be something you copy paste and had to fight every time you want something new. Yeah, it's just something I'll need to make a note of. It's just for abilities that have dots that I need to look through, which I can do really quick. I have a nice data table here. I don't have many quote-unquote dots right now in general. I mean, literally, I have 3. And one of them is basically from an ability that I was spawning. So 4, in a sense. Toxic Aura is its own damage system. It doesn't use... I could make it use... Actually, Toxic... Hold on. I think Toxic Aura does... Oh, God. I think Toxic Aura does need to adjust. I like how... from time to time, it's like, oh, it finds another... another thing that needs to. Yeah, you're right about me needing to look through those and just check that I don't have any others. Care about the floor damage. Taken stuff. Yeah, floor damage and lava. Yeah, that's all very old stuff. We don't need any of it. I also need fire trail stuff. I don't need. Fire trail cooldown. We don't need. Fire trail. Think that's it. And then here. By oh, it's being used somewhere still? Where? Oh, on BP Fire Trail. Which is also not being used anymore now. Yes, delete. Excellent. So that whole thing has been just swapped out for the new damage over time floor system, which is great. That can go bye-bye as well. Okay, so theoretically, based on what you said, Techie, the aura damage will not do anything. Unless I'm using a separate... I love how it just didn't even spawn. I love how it didn't even spawn. What the hell? It can't do damage if it doesn't spawn. Or toxic. So yeah, so it is going here. It is finding it. Okay, so this is all fine. So what's going on inside the BP aura? What's going on in here? Why is this giving me problems? Oh, it's because I need to change this. This is no longer character dot player dot ability because we changed this finally. Card dot ability. That's why. I need to search for character dot player everywhere. Because that's going to need to be changed everywhere. Because I changed the gameplay tags to not need that anymore. This one. Still not right. Wait. Card. Oh no, it's card ability dot aura, right? I made it even more. That's why. Because if I do gameplay tag here, just do set sure, switch. That will get me one. Aura. Yeah, so it's card ability aura, and then I have my auras. So card ability aura. Like, okay, now what's the problem? Okay, okay, now it's just messing with me. Now I should have found it. It clearly did it. So let's find out why. What is it printing? Or what is it trying to search for? Oh, it's just toxic. Because it's aura.toxic. So what we need to do then is here, just remove toxic. And then this is also, we need to change this to slow character and slow projectile. I believe. Just confirm. Aura, slow character, slow projectile, toxic. That's what it is. And if we take a look at this, yeah, it is using its own damage system. It is not using the damage over time system. But theoretically, I could have it use the damage over time system. Yeah. But there's no need. Probably no need. Though at some point I probably will have it. There we go. Now we have it. There's the dot. That's also working. Okay. Cool. But everywhere where I have this character dot player, okay, not possessed. Player ability is what I went. Oh, I don't have anywhere where I'm using character player ability. Okay, cool. Done. Because I spent time moving all the gameplay tags from character player abilities to just card dot ability, because otherwise whenever I want to give an enemy an ability like piercing, it would make them a player because it's character dot player dot ability. So now it's just card ability, which is separate from me checking if it is an enemy or friendly. If I want to do it through gameplay tags, that is. Okay, so, but, to your point, I still should look through this more, just to confirm that I have nothing else that could cause that problem about the variable 2. I don't think I do, at the current moment, have any other, like, dot type things. Fire aspect we have accounted for. I should be able to still use it. Let's just test it, I guess. Fire aspect, basically enemies hit catch on fire for a certain amount of time and a certain amount of damage. So, bam, there it is. And I can do multiple of these. The question is, I probably need to reduce the damage on that by a lot, actually, now. So, because now, yeah, this stacks. This stacks now. So I can just pile in A lot of damage. Let's reduce the damage that does now. Before it would refresh the attack, but now it stacks the effect. Mostly because I was thinking if I had an enemy and it attacked and I had like 10 goblins all attack you with poison, I'd want you to have 10 stacks of poison. I wouldn't want you to have 1 stack still.
No, that's a lot of damage.
Great voice for that. So let's do 1, 2, 3, and then like 5. It's not gonna look like a lot, but enemies hit catch on fire for blank seconds, taking additional damage per second per stack. Or per hit. Stack? I'm just gonna leave it as is. The player will figure it out. It's possible I will add an option down the line for that not to happen, to have abilities refresh or not refresh. So freezing aspect is its own thing. Fire trail we got. And the rest are not damage over time stone. There you go. Okay, yeah, we're good. It was just the one. The one that we happen to be working on. But this is awesome because we effectively have finished reworking the entire damage system. So, before this week, our damage was that our damage calculation was enemy does damage to player or player to enemy, doesn't matter, right? Someone does damage to someone else, and both calculations happened on one function, basically. Not literally one function, but like at the same time, which meant that during this transaction of damage, I would need the information from whoever dealt the damage, because I need to figure out how much bonuses they have, how many effects, what their damage value is, and do all the calculations, and then also do all the damage reduction stuff, because it's all happening together. But that meant that I could not have fire on the ground that the enemy spawned stay there after the enemy died, because enemy no longer there, which causes issues. So we have now split it up where we have separate calculations for how much damage a character does that gets snapshotted and then sent over. And then on top of that, we've reworked the damage over dot system. So we have area dots like on the ground and dots that like a mob can apply. So on the ground ones, they're a static damage no matter which mob spawns it. So if Bob spawns fire, right? Bob spawns fire with a little matchstick or something. Throw some fire on the ground. There's a fire now. And then, Jeff, the Lord of Fires, causes fire on the ground. Visually, it's the same fire. So, it should do the same fire damage. So, it is now consistent per level. It increases in how much damage it does the further in levels you go. I'm guessing I'm not scaling enough, but that's for later testing. So, environmental stuff will be consistent. If it looks a certain way, it will all be damaging you the same way. So if someone spawns a environmental beam that is blue, that looks a certain way, every other one, no matter who it's spawned by, will do the same stuff. That's the plan. But if someone just stabs you and applies a poison dot or something, you will take damage relative to that enemy immediately. And that will be snapshotted, and then you'll continue to take that damage. And it will stack. So good stuff. What happened to the skeleton? Did I kill the skeleton so hard I made him go away? Speaking of visually damage being the same damage, you've got ability levels, and you're going to scale the fire actor or something to indicate how much, how damaging that particular trail will be. Are you talking about the one I'm spawning? So the way it works for the player, I don't have any visual differences for the player's one, but I probably will give it a different visual down the line. It is based on these card power-ups. So here, if I go into the more proper game, let's run into the dungeon. But yeah, right now the player's fire is the same as enemy fire. So here, if I gave myself some power-ups. So these are like Binding of Isaac power-ups. Where they're all passives here, but instead of collecting items, you collect cards that are from your deck. So I have a deck that I came into this run with, and I get to, when I get a card unlock, when I level up effectively, I get one of 3 cards from the deck. So if I was to give myself a level up, like if I killed enough mobs, I get one of 3 from my deck. Right? Let's say I want health up, so now I have more health. Right? But that also means that I can get myself later these cards. Now, these ones that have this kind of like stacking icon means this stacks. So I can have this one, and this one active on me, and they will stack. So it'll be 3 plus 5 plus 7. I will do 15 damage per second to enemies inside. And if I ever need to remember oh, what do I have? I can look here in my activated cards. So here I can be like, oh, I have all of this. Right? And the right here, you can see that's the large preview of the description. So now I'll be like, oh, okay. Let me now run around. Why are you on the rock? Okay, you run around, you can see there's all the enemies dying because they've got up. Why am I getting stunned so much? Should be getting stunned that much. Okay, they should not be stunning me. I gotta look at that. Yeah, you're stuck. You should not have been on that rock. And why are you not moving? Why is the AI still having problems? But yeah, that's kind of where we are. Poor guy stuck on the rock. Okay. Yeah, those guys are working fine. Yeah, keep track of where you're running for now. Later on, I'll probably do something about it. There was the stun. What's going on with the stun? I know why. It's because I changed this to be stun now. Let me check the other enemies. Make sure they're not stunning, because I think they are right now. I basically, before I had a no stun checkbox, where everyone had a default stun, and I realized that that's not very good. That should be a specialty for some mobs and some attacks. So I switched it to stun, but that means that everywhere where I said no stun, now I need to reverse it, because of course I do. But thankfully that's not difficult. All we just need to do is go through these, just make sure stun is disabled. Although for some of these, maybe I should have stun enabled. No, let's turn off stun. Turn off stun, turn off stun. It's per attack, which is nice. So I have a good amount of control for this stuff. Let's take a look at all of the attacks actually at this point. We got time. You're a special case in general. Okay, let's see. No stuns. Good. Melee. I don't think you had... by default, you were stunning on every hit. Now you don't stun. Okay. Good. Oh god, you have a... Why do you have so many? But I think I never had any of them turned off on stun. So I think we're probably going to be fine on you. Oh, I love how this is all exploding. There he goes. Like, where is he? Yeah, none of them have it. I think we're good on you. I think the bosses, I didn't really turn off stun on any of them. Oh, no, I did. Let's go ahead and turn off the stuns on these. On you, I had no stun. Interesting. I think some hits will definitely need to go through and turn on stun. Like if it's a big hit, it should stun. But... oh no, those are the spiralings. That's what it was. Yeah, the spiralings definitely shouldn't have been stunning. That would have been really bad. They're the little guys that we get a bunch of. I think we're good on these guys. Flamethrower doesn't even have anything, so we're good there. Yeah, turn that off. It's surprising. Well, I guess it shouldn't be surprising how much more of a pain in the butt it is and less fun it is when the player's getting stunned by every attack he gets hit by. I know, crazy concept that if you're just running around and you get hit and then just 5 enemies then hit you immediately, not the most fun experience. Okay, let's test them hitting me. Yep. Yep. I can still move. Yay! I'll still take damage. But what do you mean you don't like getting hit simultaneously by 50 enemies? Didn't you play Elden Ring? Yeah, you watched me play Elden Ring. I one-shot most bosses. Or maybe you didn't watch me play Elden Ring. I one-shot most bosses. I didn't get ganged up almost ever. I played a spellcaster. It was great. I had a great time. I one-shot so many bosses. It was awesome. I pretty much went like, but I beat the game with as a heavy armored spellcaster. It was great because like I don't know what to put points into, and I'm definitely not putting them into faith. That'd be crazy. I'm a mage. I'm not a religious fanatic. Faith. Give me more int. It was a good game. Good game. Although I still remember the final fight of the DLC. I was struggling with it a bit. And then I decided to not summon not summon my guy and just use the NPC that came with me. Or was it the other way around? I either didn't summon. No, I didn't use the NPC and I just used my summon. Either way, whichever one of those, I forget at this point, increases the boss's health. I just didn't do that on my last attempt or last two attempts, and I just had it was just so much easier killing him. It's like, oh, when he doesn't have like double health, it's so much easier. You have this terrible issue? I'm sorry, do you need a tissue? Where you literally just stop playing games part way. Leo, you also have a terrible issue where you stop making games part way. I think there might be a correlation there. It's not a causation, but it's definitely a correlation. I think your completion rate on Steam is like 2%. Okay. Okay, Techie. First, remove any game you have not even started. And remove games that cannot be completed, like multiplayer games. Okay. Your completion rate, I imagine, is now higher than 2%. Because you can't include, and also, full 100% completion doesn't count. Beating the game is all that counts as completion. Yeah, I think it's probably going to be much higher. I'm not saying it's going to be like 50%, but I'm imagining like more like, 5-10% probably. Maybe hitting low double digits. Ball Gates 3, Cyberpunk, RDR2, Elden Ring, Final Fantasy 16. You're like, can I just finish a game? Baldur's Gate 3 beat twice. Cyberpunk beat twice. Because I beat it and then I played it again when the DLC came out. Freaking Cyberpunk. I was so like, I was sad about the original ending of Cyberpunk. And then they came out with the DLC and the gameplay is great. I'm like, oh, maybe, you know, the ending, you know, will not be so depressing. They basically just said, hold my beer on that one. Oh, you thought the other ending was depressing? No, we got one much worse. We got such a worse ending, so much more depressing. It's horrible. Don't worry. Jesus Christ. Great game. Great gameplay. But man, that ending's so sad. All of them, pretty much. RDR2, never played. Not my kind of game. Elden Ring, yep, beat that. 100% of it, basically. Beat every single boss, including the side boss, all the side bosses. Final Fantasy 16. Yeah, I don't blame you on Final Fantasy 16. Yeah, I don't blame you on that one. Like the action, like the main gameplay loop of Final Fantasy 16 was not interesting. The like summon fights, right, were cool cinematic cutscenes. Like they looked cool, but they were just mostly cutscenes. Not mostly, but like, I don't know. And then the story was not great. So, like, yeah, I don't blame you. You had to restart Cyberpunk 2077 like 3 times because you dropped it and came back to it? I mean, at that point, I would have to, like, if you keep dropping these games, then maybe the story, like, RPGs are not for you. The question is, why do you keep trying to play them if you know you're never going to finish them? Maybe just that's not your thing. Because clearly they don't engage you and you're not enjoying them enough to finish them. You lose interest, clearly. So maybe you figure out what kind of games you enjoy and play those. Maybe you play multiplayer games. Maybe you'll enjoy multiplayer games. It's not like you're disinterested in it. It's genuinely like you feel guilty for playing them and you want to do something productive. I mean, why do you feel guilty for playing them? That doesn't make sense. And it is productive if you're thinking about making games yourself. Because there's your research. It is very productive to play games. I should be playing more Hades, to be fair. Considering the game I'm making, I should be playing more Hades. But here I am playing Mugenics because it's so damn fun. I freaking love Mugenics. Hades 2 is fun? Yeah, I know. I played a bit of it during early access. I just didn't play it since release. Guilty in the sense of like you could be spending your time just making games or trying to apply for jobs and make money. Yeah, but you could be doing that right now. But you're here, right? Do you feel guilty right now for being in the stream? Do you feel guilty when every time you, right, go on Discord and send a message? I'm not saying you should be feel guilty of those, but I'm saying out of all the things you're doing, playing games and educating yourself about the games is the least guilty thing on that list. So don't stress about it. Because you're working on your game right now? Good. You could schedule that in around your other games. Just hey, like I'll play, 2 hours of Cyberpunk, and I'll say make my game 2 hours. Alarm goes off, you swap. There's ways to do it. It's just finding what works for you. But as far as what works for me, we got the damage system freaking done, dot system done, which means come Monday, we get to work on the new abilities of the elites and the champions. Setting that up. Yay. Which means all of our enemies will become a lot more interesting. And I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to have them spawn lasers. Shoot lasers. Have lasers spin. There'll be all sorts of lasers everywhere. Maybe I'll put a cage around the player with lasers. Anyway, that's the plan for next week. This week, Sunday's video, in 2 days, is about setting up PCG partitioning with spline meshes. That works really well. Thanks to PCG EX. It's almost a single node. So, almost with an asterisk. Anyhow, I got a moment. I can show a quick preview of it. Load it up. So I'll show how to do partitioned spline meshes. It'll be a very short video, probably. Here. Ta-da! See? Spline meshes. They're partitioned. And you can see they're still attached. Intersections. This one needs a little bit of adjustments. Yeah. So it's going to be a relatively shorter video, but that's because I've been working on the traffic system. So no longer you have to load a bunch of stuff, even like the roads. And it all works, yeah, still with this old traffic system, but of course, that's gonna be replaced eventually. Ooh. Yeah. You're trying to miss that stream? It's not a stream. Sunday video. YouTube channel. Exclamation mark YouTube. I have an entire City Gen series. News videos every Sunday. But I hope you all have a great rest of your night. Have a nice weekend, and I will see you all on Monday. Have a good night, guys. Bye-bye!